cult heroes since 2000. I'm going first with redraft. Taniela Tuiaki.
Oh.
Yeah, gun winger. Obviously got done early in 2009 with an ankle injury. But remember he just used to trample people. Like there wasn't a whole lot of guile to his game. He'd just run straight through people. I loved him. And it was kind of when the West Tigers were good. So lots to like there.
He was a beast. Big fan. My number one pick is Fui
nice.
From the Parramatta Eels. You got to love Fui, the flowing locks, that try in the 2009 grand final, the Shane Shackleton impersonations on the footy show. Fui was an awesome player, but a cult hero through and through.
Interestingly, Mark Tuki.
Okay. From then to now, favourite.
Yeah, from then to now, favourite. Now he's like a third of the size of what he used to be. But remember, like in terms of fans getting involved, every time he'd ever grab the ball, Tuki. It was amazing. And I think he was a better player than Fui. So he'd be my number 2.
Okay, number 2 for me. I love a good nickname in rugby league, so my number 2 draft pick for Cult Heroes, Mark Piggy Riddell. He obviously had the infamous or the famous goal kicking, pose. A great dragon and a great bloke. So he's my number 2 pick.
The try celebration where he went into the crowd, clapped himself.
Awesome stuff.
Oh man, ahead of his time.
Wouldn't see that anymore.
For me, Gorgeous George.
Okay.
Love the big boys. I think we're into a bit of a thing here. There's no one under 100 kilos. Gorgeous George, more agile than you'd expect. Also, pretty fleet-footed. I loved that about him. And always just good value on the mic. Fans loved him. Players loved him. Gorgeous George Rose.
Doing great work post-career as well.
Certainly is.
My number 3 is another man doing great work post-career. A favourite of ours, Jeremy Lattimore, the GOAT. Obviously a journeyman of rugby league, went around to a few different clubs, which he loves talking about. And he's known as the GOAT, perhaps for his off-field, maybe more than his on-field. But Lats is a fan favourite and a cult hero for sure.
Would you include, my answer to this is no, by the way, would you include Nathan Hindmarsh as a cult hero?
I would not, no.
I find, like, in terms of the following, people love Hindy, even when he was still playing. People love a barge ass. But he played 300 games.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It doesn't scream cult hero.
Doesn't scream cult hero too. So I would go with Lance Thompson.
Okay, Tomo. Good dragon and good shark.
Good, yeah. A ginger, so which helps in terms of the cult hero stakes. But bloody good player. Everyone seemed to like him and did a mean food at the Bullaway Golf Club during his time. Lance Thompson.
Number 4 for me, another big red, Keithy Galloway.
Yes!
You can't beat big Keithy. Outside of that time, he got belted by John Hopewade, but he was a really good front rower for a long time in the NRL as well. Big Keithy, and every time he touched the ball, Keith.
Yeah.
He was a great player and a great man.
Finally, this was a suggestion from my wife because he's one of Rugby League's great sorts. The Wolfman David Williams. Played a test, but, is a cult hero.
Sure.
But people loved him, especially when he had the Jesus long hair. And he was at Manly and I still loved him. David Williams. Possibly could have been higher, but rounding out my top 5. Welcome to the club.
My number 5, can't believe I'm putting him in there, but Luke Cavell.
Yes!
From the Cronulla Sharks.
Feet like cement.
Yeah, obviously... he's left an indelible mark on the club.
Yep.
With obviously his goal kicking and the fans getting around him, and they still do it to this day. So, a steady player for a long time for Cronulla. But yeah, Luke Cavell rounds out my top 5 cult heroes.
Nice.